Good morning.
Yep, there I am. Where are you?
How are you?
Good. Where are you?
I'm in a car.
Oh, is that why I don't see your face?
Yep.
Huh. Oh, hi. Just being
And
you.
here I am.
I just talked to Jenny and Fran. They're very interested in being a part of the growth committee.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So,
Fran, um, baby made it to school. Fran, that's great. That's great. Fran likes committees a lot. She's great on committees. Um, she is her, she's a good committee member. So
I'm
that's
gonna
great.
stretch her like silly putty.
Great. Um, Kathleen, how you doing, my friend?
Good.
Better turn that damn camera on. I did this class for you, girl.
My hair is on top of my head and I have zero makeup on.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Rude.
I'm also gonna be eating.
I want to see authentic Kathleen.
Where's the food? What are you eating?
An English muffin.
Hmm. I haven't even eaten yet. I've been
Delish.
sitting here
What's
since
on
nine
it?
o'clock.
Oh,
Starving.
Yeah,
peanut
same.
butter.
Crunchy
Same.
or smooth?
Smooth.
Delish.
What do
Lame.
you like?
Lame.
I like them both, just for the record.
Of course you do. Why? Because it's the most agreeable thing in the world.
No, I really do. So
Mhm. Good.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I'm not going to turn down. There you are. Oh my
You look
God.
like so like already put together.
oh
Yeah,
my
I don't
God.
understand.
I literally roll out of bed and just like started cleaning my house.
Oh, because that's what I look like when I roll out of bed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I mean, I'd send you all a selfie tomorrow morning, but I'd be afraid of where that puppy would end up.
No.
I can only imagine.
Oh, rough.
Um, well, if you guys are okay with it, let's give it a couple more minutes for some other folks to join if anyone else is going to join us. I don't think I could have hyped this class up any more than I did.
I
So
I
know.
think you could have danced or something, or like sent out a dancing video.
maybe if I had sent out a dancing video with what the alternative would be to coming to this, then it would drive people here.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Like, hey, you can hang out by yourself and watch me dancing. Ew, who wants that? No one. Let's go to this class instead. That sounds much better. My brother's laughing. That's my brother. Say hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Oh my God.
brother.
Please drive. Oh my God. I can't. Oh, this is a lot.
Mm.
Parking. And as soon as we park, because those parking spots that we just drove by, those are all the bad ones, I guess.
Everyone this side.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Can I
Uh,
selfishly talk to Kathleen for a minute?
yes.
Sure.
Kathleen,
Yes.
as a great buyer's agent and seller's agent, what is
Yes.
it that you have been doing currently in your business to find ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers?
That is a really great question. Um, and I guess I don't have a great answer in the sense that I don't have like most of my business is referrals.
Okay.
So I guess my answer would be just obviously continuing that relationship. Like I'm really like into my database all the time. So I don't, well, I go to open houses. I did meet a couple buyers from open houses
Okay.
last couple weeks. But other than that, I would say probably like 99% of my business is either Sphere or referrals.
Okay. Awesome. And how do you
Yeah.
like
Let's
these come from your database, right? So like are you just
get
connecting
him.
with
Give
the
him that hernia.
people
Mhm.
constantly?
I'll
Like
text you.
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. Oh, my back.
Yep. So a lot of my stuff
Good
comes from
luck.
social media. Yeah, bye. Good
I'm
luck.
saying good luck. Thank you. He says thanks.
Love that anesthesia. Enjoy yourself.
I know,
Right.
right?
Gonna ask for a shot myself.
Yeah. Kim, you're goofball.
What can you give me while I'm here?
She's like, I came all the way here for you. Yeah, so I guess a lot of my leads come from social media. So
How do
being,
you get leads from social media? And Kim, when you're ready to start your class, let me know.
yeah, I think it's still just us three, right, at the moment. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, I can start whenever-ish, but no rush on my end. Keep talking if this is helpful, I'm good with
I'm
that.
just trying to network with other agents,
Mhm.
doing business like I am and figure out what is working for you because I don't have a large, like, let's call it like true sphere. I have a lot of people in my database from doing wedding expos, so I don't have a lot of personal connection with them. But I'm trying to make a more consistent business and I just want to talk to people such as yourself who's constantly busy, constantly doing business and like where does it come from? How do you get it? What do you do? You know?
I think you have a bigger sphere than you think you do. You just have to start like really actually thinking about like one of my last houses I sold was the person cleaning my teeth. Like I was talking to them while they were in my teeth.
Yeah.
Like, so I just constantly, like, I'm always talking about it. I'm on social
I do the
media.
same.
And I think it's just being very, very organic. Like people see, like I
Yeah.
show up and it's not just business, it's personal, it's a little bit of both,
Same.
So I don't know. People could just come to me like in my like DMs all the time. And they're like,
I would
they
love
just
for people
whether
to
they just
DM me.
ask me like a question and it doesn't like originate to something then, but then they're like, hey, this girl helped me with, and they refer me and
Yep. So
so
I always say do, but that's so not right. I got to figure out a different word, how to figure that out. Kim, you got to figure out that for me. I do also do
mhm,
those things.
mhm,
And I am people know what I do. I find every opportunity to talk about real estate, even if I'm in the toothpaste aisle, because I
yeah,
used to be a hygienist
right.
and I go there with that. Right. Like I always find a way to talk about it, but I don't have a lot of people that are like that are going to transact, like
Yeah.
right away. Sometimes people are like within a year or whatever, or, mom, going in the home, whatever the case is. And of course, my business has been referral based as well.
Hmm.
But I have like 90 people in that whatever in that database. And I
Hmm.
actually pay for a program that kind of like vets those people as to if anybody's going to be selling in the next year. And there's
Hmm.
not a lot of opportunity there. Now, no, maybe for them, but yes, if they knew someone, right?
Hmm.
So I try to keep in touch and keep in contact with them. But I'm just trying to figure out, is there something I'm missing? Is there something that I could be doing different? I think for me, consistency is definitely a thing. Like this new DTD2 thing for me is
Yeah.
powerful.
Yep.
But yeah, okay. Well, I don't want to take any more of Kim's time up, but I just figured I would ask.
Yeah. Well,
And then
that's where I like live in my database. Like I think Kim knows that. Like I'm very,
yeah,
like I think
yeah,
one time I like had to leave something one time. I'm like, no, I have to go do my DTD2. Remember, Kim? She was
yeah.
like, okay. And I was like, no, it's on my schedule. I have to go do this. Like I'm leaving.
Can I ask you how often you do it?
My DTD2,
Yeah.
I do it every day.
Okay.
Follow
So
up with people. So I'm constantly like in it. And I do different things. Like I just this Valentine's Day, I wrote a card to all my clients that have
yeah,
ever closed a house with me, and my hands hurt.
yes, I
But
can
I did
appreciate
it.
that.
But
Yeah,
so I'm constantly like doing different things. Like sometimes it's a gratitude thing. Sometimes I'm checking in with like value with whatever, like,
yeah, yeah.
hey, I partnered with this person and they're going to clean your gutters for X amount off, right?
So it
And
sounds like we do similar things. I just probably need to be more consistent and purposeful with it. I don't know. That would be what the only thing I could think of, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because I
let's
mean,
get coffee on the calendar because I would love to even like just dive in with this a little bit.
okay, yeah, because I had one guy who literally didn't respond to me for 2 years. I just kept following up, following up, following up, and then like one day he was just like, "Hey, I see this house and I'm interested. Can you show it to me?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yep."
Gotcha.
So yeah, so I have a ton of people in that bucket too that are not ready or,
Yeah.
so but yeah, just being very, very consistent with it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Sorry,
If you
Ken.
want to use this time to do this, I'm fine with that.
I don't want to take, I know this is important. I think it's important to understand the DTD2 because then we have better communication with our people. But Kathleen and I talked about having coffee, in the next couple weeks. So I think that
I was
we
here
can,
for that. Yeah. I mean, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. No, I mean the other yesterday.
Oh, I'm
So
like, I heard that.
yeah, so I don't want to take time away from this. So we'll figure something else offline.
Perfect. Yeah, I
Okey-dokey.
love the disc. It's amazing. I think, oh, well, that is also a thing. Like, I think really understanding people and like how to communicate with them the way that they want to be communicated with, right?
Sure,
Because I'm gonna communicate
absolutely.
with a D way different than I communicate with an I,
Oh,
and way
sure.
different than I communicate with a C.
So I
So,
don't know the letters, but I definitely know communication and I definitely know how to reach different people in different ways. Like I
yeah.
think that that's being a teacher prior to this, you had to understand that. And
Yep.
now for me, putting it together holistically with really what the mind is thinking and doing, that's important.
Yep.
Sorry, someone was calling. That's okay.
Oh, wonder what got your attention.
So, here's what we're gonna do, friends. Uh, am I gonna do this? It's not planning on doing this from the car.
You don't want to go inside?
Um, I do.
Well, go inside.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, we can wait.
If you're uncomfortable in your setting, go inside.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because we
yeah.
can talk and you can find a space that's got windows and plants and will be for you.
Sunlight.
But like checking in is like kind of an ordeal. So it would just take a little bit too long, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh,
Kathleen, while you're there and Kim's doing that, what does your schedule look like?
For the next couple of weeks, you're talking?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm leaving on Tuesday to go see Grant Cardone.
Is he in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I'll
your
be that's
favorite place,
another-
Kathleen?
I know I hate Vegas. I
Where are
almost
you
said no.
staying?
It's right across from the MGM.
Okay.
That's where it is the MGM. So
Okay.
I know. So
Awesome.
good luck.
So let me ask you a question. So I know that family reunions in Georgia
Mm-hmm.
next year. So can I
Yep.
count on you to come and partner with us with this amazing adventure?
Be one of your 11. Yeah, most likely. I've never been to Georgia and I want to go to Georgia.
Oh, good. I'll get that
You're
in
such a
signed
peach,
contract.
Kathleen.
Yeah,
What do you
right?
mean you've never
See?
been to Georgia?
I know. I wanted to though.
Well, you're gonna have your wish come true in February. Signed, sealed, delivered. Boom.
I almost went in 2020. Um, my friend got married in Georgia and then the world shut down and we weren't able to travel.
Uh,
So I obviously did not go. And I missed her wedding. Because she only had like 10 people there, probably even less actually, but
well, I'm excited. We'll eat some peaches. It'll be fun.
yep. That's right.
So you're gone next week. What about what about the following week or the first week of April? That's weird even saying that.
You're not right that it's already April.
You know,
Yeah, probably the first week of April, maybe April 2nd.
on a Wednesday? Sure.
Yep.
What
That sounds
time?
good.
It's all
Mm,
day.
yeah.
Um, Well, we have to figure out, I think we're gonna hold, so that was, we held the meeting, when did we hold the meeting? On Monday, so 1, 2, 3 weeks. April 2nd's perfect. I'll come to you and I will hold my next meeting, growth committee meeting on the 2nd, so that'll be perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you want
Do
to
you
do like
want to do like
11?
11?
That sounds good.
Okay. I'll meet you at the Market Center.
Sounds like a plan. Mhm.
See my screen?
Yes, I do. Thank
I
you.
see it.
Okay, are you two done socializing now and
Yeah, yes, we're
creating
awful.
plans and doing all the
Okay.
things?
Thank you,
Yes.
Kim.
Yeah.
Actually, I am an I, so I'm never done socializing, but thank you for asking. I will pause it for your presentation. How's that sound?
I know you're an I. No shit.
I wonder what I am.
Okay.
A D.
I'm a who?
She doesn't think she's a D.
I
She
thought you
doesn't?
called me a B. I was like, oh shit. I thought it was actually pretty nice.
So
That's a
B.
different class, Heather. That's a different class. Yeah.
I think Heather's a D, you don't?
She doesn't think she does. She is.
I think so.
She won't say she is. Um,
Do I have any other letters in there?
yeah, okay, so here we go. We're starting the class, and then you're
Okay.
gonna learn all about it. Have either
Okay.
of you taken this class before with me?
No.
I don't think with you. I took it one time at King's Catering and we just did with the team a little bit ago.
Oh, with Cindy
No, Susan just led it.
at King's?
No, oh, at King's, Cindy. Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you meant did she bring Cindy on? Yes,
No.
at King's with Cindy.
Mine is obviously far superior to all the others. So, if you haven't had it with me yet, then you are in for a treat, ladies. A treat. Okay. I have a hard stop at 11 because I have a recruiting appointment. Because, the world does not stop for double hernias in Myrtle Beach. So however, I'm going to be able to get through all of this and make sure that I save some time for questions at the end.
Okay.
So here we go. DISC. So the objective for today is for you to learn more about the DISC profile and how it can be useful in both your business and your life. And the benefit is that by the end of this class, you're going to be able to identify people by their likely DISC profiles, and that's going to help you be able to know how to best communicate with them. So, what is DISC and why is Heather a B? And how to identify types? Okay, so a little background. So in 1928, William Marston, who is a psychiatrist or was a psychiatrist, wrote this book called Emotions of Normal People. That book title would not fly these days. However, it was a snapshot of individuals' tendencies. These are not what individuals are always like. This is not a hard and fast rule. This is a tendency. This is a preference. And so there's what Dr. Marston discovered is that behavioral expression of emotions can really boil down to 4 primary types. And it stems from the person's perception of self in relationship to their environment. So that's the premise of this. And there's 4 primary types. There's dominant, influencer, steadiness, and compliance, or conscientious. You'll see that in a few minutes. And so that's where the D, the I, the S, and the C all come from. Any questions so far?
No.
There's already left because I called her a B.
I did not. I'm right here, stretching my legs.
It's going really well.
Stop it.
At least I can count on you, Kathleen. Okay, so am I the only one? Or am I only one? No, you are
No.
not only one type. Most people have a dominant style and at least one, sometimes strongly a couple other secondary styles. There's several factors that could impact your disc profile. Just like anything, this is a snapshot. If you've taken the disc assessment, what your numbers are and how high of a D or how high of an S or whatever you are is a snapshot of how you were perceiving the world and your relationship to it when you took it. So you're not just, even though Kathleen may be a high I, and we'll talk about what that means later, she's not only a high I. That's not her entire identity. She is many things. She is multi-layered and complex. And there are other times where other styles are going to come to the forefront. We're going to talk a little bit as well about when you are certain combinations, how that shows up. So, D's, dominance. Excuse me, these are the people who are direct, who are to the point, results oriented, strong willed, goal oriented, and loves a good challenge because they love to win it. These are, and this is, oh, what is this for my brother? To call and check on me. Sorry. These are the people who ask the what questions. They're the ones who say, what's that? What's going on over there? What do you mean? What do I have to do? They're the what. Okay? And I'm sure you're probably thinking that there's probably some people in our lives who sound like a high D, the strong-willed, I love a challenge, super direct. And so what does that look like? Well, you can see what their priorities are. Immediate results. We got to go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Motivations, competition. They fucking love winning. These are the people who do not play a game for fun. These are the people who we are playing to win. I like success. So, what are their fears then? Being taken advantage of? Vulnerability? Loss of control? Because they believe if they're in control, they will win. So what you're going to notice, how this shows up, directness, risk-taking, forcefulness, and really strong self-confidence. They know who they are, and they are unabashedly who they are. All of these styles have advantages and have disadvantages. A limitation, or as we like to say at Keller Williams, an opportunity for D's to improve. Sometimes they have a lack of concern for others, right? They are action oriented, they are fast, they are immediate results, they like competition. That doesn't sound to me like someone who says, I want to make sure everyone's voice is heard at the table, right? Impatience, it can come across as some insensitivity. So those are some limitations with D's. High I's, who are my influencers? Kathleen Higgins is my number one. Social, outgoing and optimistic, enjoys being a part of a team, shares openly, motivates others, and is motivated by social recognition or approval. So what does that look like? Priorities. Very enthusiastic, taking action, loves collaboration. What are they motivated by? Group activities, social recognition, friendly relationships. Is it any surprise that high I's, their number one lead generation source is their sphere? No.
No.
So based on that, what do they fear? Social rejection? Disapproval? My God, that's like the end of the world for eyes. Being ignored. Oh my God. Loss of influence. So here's what you're going to notice from them. You're going to notice social ability, enthusiasm, talkativeness, optimism, charm. They influence others. That's their jam. They don't see it as that because what they see it as is just being social and friendly. But they really influence people. Their limitations could be impulsiveness. If someone calls and says, "Hey, I want to do this. Can you do this with me?" Yup. Yeah, I can do it. Sure, let's go. Because they want to be included. Lack of follow through, disorganization. That's why systems are super important for influencers. Because without that system, any squirrel looks like a great idea. Compared to the S's, steady. Oh, what word? Sorry, let's go back to this one. The I's, they want to know who. Who's going to be there? Who's included? Who did you invite? Who are you riding with? I've never met someone who likes a carpool better than Kathleen Higgins and Lisa Caro. Both high eyes.
I like to drive.
I wonder why.
Steadiness.
I'm finding both. This is good.
Everyone has all.
Mhm.
It's just some are preferences, tendencies.
And like Kim
Steadiness.
said, you like lead with others. Like there's definitely times I lead with D or, you know, even S or instead of I, but like
I think I'm a
overall,
dick,
I. Yeah, right.
like a DIC.
Yep.
Okay, go.
Steadiness. Team player. They like a stable environment. We do not like change. Good listeners. Avoids conflict and change. Patient, supportive, team player. These are the people who, for priorities, you're giving support, you're maintaining stability, motivation, sincere appreciation, opportunities to help. Fears, loss of harmony. When there's tension and it's not working out, that is a huge fear for high S's. Offending others. Change. Think about some of the agents who you know who would never in a million years consider leaving their brokerage. They like what they like. They know what they know. They don't
like-
want change.
I feel like
What-
S's are probably a lot of like admins and stuff too.
Mhm.
Like they probably have a lot of high S's.
Yes. I would
And
say a lot of
C's.
admins are also C's, but
C's,
yes.
of course, yeah.
So the S's want to know the how. How does this look? How does this work? How does this fit in with our current stuff? How does this match our goals? How does this match the business plan? I thought we talked about this already. How is this going to work into that?
Are you an S, Kim? Hi.
I am.
Yeah, that's
I'm a SI. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm a high S, and it's followed pretty closely by not as closely as you would think, but I is my next strongest. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Limitations, overly accommodating. You guys want to talk about how Kathleen lead gens? You guys go ahead. I have a hard stop at 11, but I'll just motor through my stuff because that's important. I don't want to bother you guys. Tendency to avoid change. Indecisiveness, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I know decisions that I make could do that. And then you have the C. You'll see this different places. It's It's compliance or conscientiousness. You'll see both. These folks are cautious. These folks are concerned with results. There is a right way and a wrong way to do things, and we need to make sure we get the right details. They are accurate. They do not want to be under pressure for a quick decision. And they do not want to be wrong. And they are super accurate.
So this market is
C.
the death of C's.
What?
I said this market is the death of C's.
Yes. C's want to know why. Why are you asking? Why is it like this? Why? I'll let you in on a little secret. Bob Shoemaker, big C. Big C. Big. Real big. Which is the MCA, the guy who works with our numbers. I would like him to ensure accuracy. Yep. Motivations, an opportunity to use their expertise. They will lean into what they know. Fears, criticism, being wrong, sloppy. So what you'll notice, precision, skepticism, reserved, quiet, and limitations. Isolates themselves, overly critical, tendency to overanalyze. Why? This chart is one of my favorite charts, probably because I made it. Yeah, that's right, I did.
Okay.
Thank you, Kathleen. So at the very top, you have
Sorry, I'm reading.
at the very top, you have the outgoing and active. Outgoing and active folks are going to be your D's and your I's. Your D's are going to be driven by it. Just do it. Just do it. Just make the calls, do your lead gen, do the work, do whatever.
They're the
Your
Nike.
eyes. Your eyes. Are we having fun doing it? Are we having fun? I'm outgoing, I'm active, and I want to make sure we're having fun. But I also care about the people orientation. Because that's on the right side of the chart. People. Then you move down to more reserved and reflective. These are less outgoing, less active. These are the reserved folks. So on the people-oriented side, you have S's, steadiness. They want to do it together. Let's do this together. Let's all do this together. We're one big happy family. Let's do this together. And the C's are also reserved and reflective, but they're on the task-oriented side, not the people-oriented side. They're in the do it right. Do not do this wrong. We have to do it correctly. We are task-oriented. And that fits in with the task-oriented aspect of the dominant. Just do it. Just get it done. We have to get this done. Our team has to make 50 calls, outgoing calls, outbound two-way calls each week. What number are we at? I am a high D. Do it. The I's, though, are going to say, are people liking making the calls? Do people like it? The S's, can we all get together and do the calls together? Wouldn't that be fun? You can see how they all work, and they're all variations on a theme, right? Like, and you need all of these people in your world. A world of just high D's is terrifying. And what I'll say is, the majority of agents are high D's. But I'll tell you this. the majority of people in the United States are not.
Yeah, isn't it like 10% or something are D's in the world? Yeah.
Over 60% of agents are D's.
Mm.
So it's very interesting for me teaching likely a group of high D's just numbers wise to work with a number of people who are not high D's and not like them. And that's where this next part of the assessment kind of comes out. Commonalities, you can see this. It's, you know, kind of exactly like what I said. The D's and the I's are the outgoing and active. The I's and S's are people oriented. The S's and the C's are reserved. And then the C's and the D's are task oriented. Different combos. If you have a high rating, if you are a high I, if you are a high S, if you are, as we hear in our industry a lot, a high D, these are things that you're going to see from the high ones. High Ds. Impatient if they are unable to solve a problem. Stressful situations, they'll thrive in. Confident. Got it. The I's. Social and need for acceptance by others. Communication is critical. S's. Kind, calm, and less extroverted. They need a stable work environment, a supportive team. Because when they have those things for a high S, they then can lean into their job. And high C's, self-reliant, ambitious. May avoid risks. So quick identifiers for you. Task and active, that's a D. Active in people, that's an I. Passive in people, that's an S. Passive in task, that's a C. So, I have some famous people. This is our pop quiz. What DISC assessments do you think these people are?
Susan's definitely a D.
Yeah, I would say D for
She is a high ass D. Yes, she is. What about Oprah?
She's compassionate about people.
Mhm.
So, but see,
she's
I don't
I
know.
would still think she's a D.
You
It's
think
hard.
Oprah's a D?
Yeah, but I don't really know Oprah well.
I
Like
don't really know these people. Yeah, but
I haven't like watched her or anything. But I mean I know she gets shit done, you know? So that's why I would say she's a D. But I don't.
It's actually an I.
yeah.
Okay.
Think of her book club.
Oh, I don't see. I
Oprah's Oprah's favorite things. She's an influencer. She's charismatic. She has strong people skills. She motivates people with her warmth and her optimism.
Mhm.
have to check out her
What?
book club.
Yeah, she has a great book club.
I didn't know.
What about Barack Obama? Any ideas on him?
I mean, he was a leader, so I don't know. He might like leading.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mike?
maybe a D. I'm not sure. Probably not though. I don't know. I wouldn't know enough about the rest of the people.
Okay. So Barack Obama is actually an S.
Mm-hmm.
Super steady,
Mm-hmm.
calm, composed, strong communicator with a very collaborative approach.
Okay.
Taylor Swift. Any ideas on her? Taylor
Oh.
Swift is also an I.
I was
Oh.
gonna say she's very social, so I was gonna say I, but
She
she,
connects with her fans in ways that people, oh, hey, Laura. She connects with her fans in ways that that fans think that she's talking to them.
Mhm.
They think that they're friends with her. You feel like you're friends with Taylor Swift, even though you're one in a zillion people who like her, right? And then the last one is Meryl Streep. And I thought this one was super interesting. Meryl Streep is a C
Mhm.
because she is known for her precision,
Mm.
her detail-oriented approach to acting. She has great intellectual depth. And she really carefully crafts each of the roles that she's in. And that's a characteristic of a high C. And so I bring this because it's important to be able, and maybe these weren't the best examples, but I try to change them up every once in a while. I did have Margaret Thatcher on for a while, and people were like, who's that? And I'm like, oh my God, oh, people are too young. I need to change this. And now you guys are like, I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, I have to change it again. But it's important to be able to kind of identify folks, because what we're going to be moving into next is how to work with our clients. So, working with clients who are D, I, S, and C. So, putting it out there, is it important to know our clients' disc styles?
I would say
Yeah.
so,
How come?
because it's a communication and a receiving style, right? So maybe if you're trying to share a message and you're talking to them in a way that they don't best relate with or their style, then they might not receive the message the way that you intended it or it meant to be, or could offend people, or they could care less about
Sure.
what you're saying and you're wasting their time.
Yep. It helps you become more effective.
Mhm.
And it helps you make you look like like a rock star. So D's, what do they want? Results. They're gonna be demanding. They want to act quickly and decisively. And so when you're working with a D, and again, I'll remind you, less than 10% of the population outside of real estate agents are Ds. So, this is probably not your primary client, or not the majority client, rather. So what do they look for? You better be available. When they ask to see the property condition disclosure report, you better not take 3 days to send that over to a buyer. Concise. They really value their time. And they want to see that their agent is confident, optimistic, and quick to act. You do those things, you will have a raving fan out of a D client. Influencing clients, our eyes. They want to make sure that they are working with an agent they like. They want to build a friendly relationship. These are the clients who say, Heather, you told me about your kids before. It's the spring. So is it almost lacrosse season yet? Is that the sport he plays, or is it baseball? Because you mentioned it once 6 weeks ago and I can't remember, and I'm so sorry. What they look for, they want you to be friendly. If you go to a showing and there's an agent who's leaving the showing at the same time you get there, you sure as heck had better Make sure that you smile and talk to that other agent on their way out. Make meetings pleasant and conversational. And be careful not to present too many overwhelming details. You don't need to go into who owned the house in 1947 for eyes. They do not care. They need to know what's important, but they don't need too many overwhelming details. S's. Pacing is really important with an S. You want to have comfortable pacing without pushing, because once you start pushing, that's a huge stressor for them. So pacing is super important. With S's, you're going to want to make sure at the beginning when you're setting expectations with them that you're really clear. And you can be clear with them and say, there are times when we're going to need to make a decision probably more quickly than you may feel comfortable. I'm going to limit those amount of times as much as possible. And in order for us to be successful in the market, some of these things are just how the market is. Set that expectation early, because they're going to be real thrown if you call them in the morning and say, hey, are we writing an offer on that house? It's due in 2 hours or not. They're going to freeze and they're going to say no. So what they look for in an agent is someone who's trustworthy, someone who's agreeable, loyal, someone who can clearly define the individual's goals and responsibilities throughout the process. They want to know who their attorney is. They want to know how long have you worked with this home inspector? And does the home inspector, do I see them again? Do they fix things for me? What exactly does the home inspector do? Really be careful. Do not be too pushy. Do not be confrontational, and do not be too aggressive. C's. You can't charm them into putting an offer in. They're going to be motivated when you've given them and when they have found on their own enough data for a well-informed choice.
This would be kind of like an engineer or someone who's really
engineers, accountants, yeah, CPAs, things that are people who are really worried about precision, architects. So what they want is someone who is prepared, someone who is organized and really detail oriented. If you send over a PCD to this buyer, and if there's a box that the seller hasn't checked off, they want to know that you've followed up and that you have an answer to that question. And you need to be able to really thoroughly explain everything to these folks, because that's how you raise your game. And that's how you look like a professional to them. So, in closing, the DISC profile is a super powerful tool that you can use not only for your own self-awareness, but also in working with others. And so in today's presentation, you learned how to use this with clients and with your friends. Like, this is not just a client thing. I use this with my friends, and it helps you with your communication skills. Any ahas that anyone would like to share with the group? I need at least 2 before I can end the call.
I thought it was helpful to hear about the questions that the different groups would ask, like the who, what, where, when, why kind of questions. Um, I feel that understanding kind of where people fall in different categories, and then I try to put myself in it so I can understand them better. So I can definitely see where I fall into some of these categories, and I'm definitely like in the D and the I categories, but but shut up. But
Your
I'm
D.
definite, I'm definitely, um, I don't, I don't feel like I'm not a rusher, I'm not a pushier, like, but and I definitely fall with like, pleasing people and I've had issues with that. So it's nice to see like where some of these things fall. I don't know for me.
Mhm, mhm. Kathleen, this class in large part is taught today because you wanted it taught, which I appreciate. What's an aha or a takeaway that you have from today?
Mm, I guess it was interesting. Like, I've never really thought about this, but when you said that you show up, even though I'm a high I will certainly show up sometimes like as an S or a D, not really a C. Not
Yeah,
really a C at
yeah.
all. But yeah, but I will show up different ways in different situations. So that's
And you may not be a high C, and you know that. And that is one of the benefits for you of being on a team.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
have people who are high Cs and who will do that stuff and make sure that that end of things is good, right? So I mean, that's the name of the game, is to surround yourself with people who complement your style and who
Mhm.
fill that in, because we all need to be parts of all of it.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Laura, I know your camera's off and you're on mute, so God only knows what you're doing, but do you have any ahas that you'd like to share? Oh, we're mute is off. Any ahas? I know that you came in halfway, but I want to give you an opportunity to share.
Yeah, so sorry I'm late. I had a 10 o'clock. So I find it really challenging in a good way. It's a growth thing to be aware of other people's profiles. I have a client who I think is just the perfect combo of D and C, which is so painful for me because I have to take every text, every email I send him and chop it in half or more, delete 75% of the words that I want to say because I know he doesn't care about any of the fluff.
Yep.
And it's like a personal challenge to adapt to that. And I kind of like it because I only have one like that. Oh my God, if all my clients were like that, I would be miserable. But I think it's a good growth, personal growth thing to be able to identify the styles and adapt to them. Makes you a better agent, really, I think.
Mhm.
Think so they're very task oriented.
Oh yeah, when he calls, I answer because his time is extremely valuable and he wants facts, no small talk, none. Yeah.
I feel like a
So
lot of
he wants you.
investors would fall into that category.
Mm,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
not an investor, but he's in sales and he is not a snuggly salesperson. He's
Mm.
a fast-paced, high money type of guy.
Yeah, get it done.
Along with that though, that's really interesting. Let's put those two things together. Heather's immediate thought or thought that she shared with the group is that sounds like an investor.
Mhm.
And Laura, you said no, he's not. He's in sales. I wonder if concisely in a year or so or whenever, if presented with the right investment opportunity, if he could be a really great investor.
Yes, yes. I mean, and I
know.
counted back at that, Heather, thinking, I mean, I'm not working with him in an investment capacity really, which is why I
Right,
said no.
right.
But he's someone who's very savvy with money, which is a big factor. And he's also a principal person. We just killed a deal over principal.
He doesn't like his, yeah, like, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so, interesting too to think about where there's opportunity there, because though it seems like that could be something that he could be really comfortable in and could see a big win with, and could be financially and fiscally responsible for him to kind of move into that investor role instead of the DI investor who's like, oh my God, yes, let's do it. Let's go. Oh my God, it's gonna be so fun. And we have to beat the other investors. Let's go. Cool. And not sure if that's exactly a long-term strategy. Whereas your guy, it seems like, could really have more of a long-term strategy. So it's interesting to consider in those ways.
Yep. Thanks, Kim,
Thank you for sharing.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Thank you to the ALC for supporting this class today. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. Otherwise, I appreciate your time and your participation, and I am off to make a recruiting call at 11 for my recruiting appointment. So let's
Have
go.
fun.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Kim.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.